Hi everyone! I bought quite a bit of manga this time around, and my packages came from Korea, which is where I order my manga. So I figured I would do a talking video and kind of go through what I bought and talk about each series a little bit. I figured it would be more fun that way. I think I'm going to split up the manga by serialization magazine. So I don't know if I explained this before, but I try to get all of my manga from Korea because that's just the easiest delivery method for me. Buying from Japan can be a little more expensive. And I also buy the Korean versions of any manga that doesn't have furigana because I'm not able to read kanji. The first series I bought is Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Firefly Wedding, and in Korean, which is the version that I got, it's called 반짝반짝의 혼례. And I am so excited for these guys. Not only did the anime adaptation get announced for this year, I believe it was this year, but I've just heard so many good things about the series. It's always a top recommended shoujosei wherever I look online, so I've avoided most of the spoilers that I can. All I know about the series is that the guy, or the male lead, is unhinged and very direct. So usually these Korean and Japanese volumes have plastic wrapping, so I will have to take that off. I suck at it though. But yeah, I feel like overall we're having a really good anime run with shoujo and josei, especially this year. So the Korean manga are a little heavier and bigger than a typical Japanese manga. I'll try to flip through it and just not look. I don't know if people are interested in how the inside of the sleeve look, but I like looking at it, so I'm just gonna be doing that. I'm so excited to read this. I don't know the plot at all though, so I can't explain anything about this one. And then I've decided that I'll always get a couple volumes first, just to see if I like it before I commit to buying the whole series, but considering the high praise around the series already, I think I'm probably going to collect the entire thing anyway. I will definitely be reading these ASAP. Next, I'm gonna be doing the Margaret series. I only have 3. I was very hesitant on picking up Margaret series because I'm very picky about my manga spines. And I don't like how the Margaret manga spines look. They all look like this with this red font. And I just don't think it looks that pretty, but you know, I was interested in these series, so I just picked them up. So the first one is Tsubaki Cho Lonely Planet. So the reason why I only have volumes 3 and 4 is actually because I read volumes 1 and 2 already on bookwalker.jp. I was really intrigued. Volume 2 left me on a cliffhanger, so I needed to know what happened. And these are pretty thin, so I feel like I'm going to speed through them. I'm also not sure if I want to collect the whole series for this because it is a pretty long series. I think it has over 14 or 15 volumes. I could be wrong. So hopefully I don't spoil anything by flipping through these. But basically, to explain the plot a little bit, we have our main character. By the way, I'm not going to remember any of their names because I read too many shoujo in the past month to try to just catch up with all the ones I've missed throughout the years, and everything is jumbled up in my mind. Okay, I just looked up their names again, so I'm good. So basically we have our girl Fumi who ends up losing her house because she goes into debt. Her dad goes into debt, and so she ends up being hired as a in-house housekeeper for this author named Akatsuki. At first he's really cold to her. You know, he doesn't like the fact that he has to live with this other person now, but he ends up taking a liking to her, and you know, that's where they go from there. I didn't want to spoil anything, so I do really like their dynamic though. And this could be my memory just failing me, but I don't think we have too many long-haired male leads in shoujo. So I felt this was a little unique in that sense. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the backs. So cute. And then the next Margaret series that we have is fairly a new one. This one, it's called Kimi to Barairo no Hibi. I have to look up the English title. So the English title for this is Rose-Colored Days with You. I actually read the first volume on Bookwalker already, but it only has 2 volumes out, so I figured I would just start collecting it. I bought the second volume off of Mercari Japan actually, so that would be coming in a separate package. But yeah, forgive me, I do not remember their names, and I don't want to read through it just to remember right now. The plot is that we have our main girl who is the model student. She excels at academics and she's extremely diligent, and the teachers ask her to tutor this one student who had been missing school for some reason, which is our male lead. And he's known to be kind of a playboy and has bad rumors going around about him. So they get intertwined this way, and people think this really good girl is hanging out with this really bad boy, and she's realizing that he's not what people make him out to be, and she wants to clear up the misunderstandings about him. That's kind of the gist. But he's very beautiful. Like, oh my goodness. And I really like the floral vibe of the art, which is why I actually bought one of the Margaret magazines for the first time, which I'll also be showing. So I ended up buying a Margaret magazine, but with kimibara on the front. It is so beautiful. I could not pass this up. I told myself I would not buy magazines anymore, but I mean, just look at it. This magazine is pretty light, which I'm very thankful for, but the other magazines I bought are heavy, which I'll show later as well. The spine looks very pretty as well. And on the back, I think it shows you which series are in this issue. This is Koisuru Lip Tint. This is the second volume of Kimibara. Eee, oh, okay. I don't know what's on this page. Yeah, we have a very interesting illustration of the male lead from Koisuru Lip Tint. I read a few pages of it, and it didn't spark my interest right now. Maybe I'm just not in the mood. But yeah. Oh my goodness, look at them. Oh, this manga, by the way, is by Hiro Chihiro sensei. Her art is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I don't know too much about the other series, so I won't be talking about them too much. So yes, I bought this for the cover. Next, I want to move on to all the dessert series, which is a problem because 90% of my haul is dessert. So I think I'm going to start with the magazines. So this is the first dessert magazine that I got. It came with this extra manga volume. So the dessert magazines like to do this where they include either a pink or a blue manga of, I believe they're one-shots by different artists. I don't know because this is my first time. But I will definitely be checking this out. Oh yeah, I believe it has these 4 one-shots in this book. And the reason I bought this December 2025 issue was because of the cover. It has Choking on Love, which is a series I got into and I'm really enjoying, even though I haven't read it in a bit because I was waiting to get the physical volumes. Then we have the spine. It is so cute. The dessert magazines, in my opinion, are visually the most appealing to me. And I don't know what is on the back, but it has Fall in Love, You False Angels. Oh my goodness. Again, I forgot everyone's names though, so forgive me on that. I don't know what this is, but we have all the different faces from Fall in Love, You False Angels. And on this side as well. And it looks like you can take it apart. Ooh, and then we have Urashi no Yoi no Tsuki, or In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. And then we have some of the characters that I haven't even met yet in the manga because I've only read the first volume. Ooh. Oh! Okay, so I actually read a bit of this series. It's called Class no Inkya ni Karishi no Saino ga Arisugiru. And it only has 2 volumes out. I read a few pages and I got hooked, so I'm probably going to be buying the physical volumes. I don't know if this means there's some kind of special voice CD where Saito Soma-san voices our main character. And we also have another series that I'm into. I've only read, again, a few pages of this because I just read the preview on Bookwalker, whatever's free. Yeah, so the English title of this is called Watarase is a Scumbag. So I'll probably be collecting this one as well, but in the Korean version because the Korean bonuses are looking very nice. Oh my goodness. This is gorgeous. Oh. Oh, and we have a bit of Choking on Love in here, so I'm just gonna... Ooh. Oh, Utsumi-kun no Koi no Uta. I've seen this around as well. I just haven't gotten to reading it yet. Since Choking on Love was on the cover of that, I'll be opening my Choking on Love volumes. So I bought volumes 1 to 3 because I read the first volume online, really liked it. I don't think the plot was extremely unique if I'm remembering correctly. Volume 1 and 2 didn't have a little sleeve, but this one has a little sleeve right here. And next, I have my last magazine for today. Another dessert magazine. On the cover for this one, we have Yubisaki Dorennen, or more commonly known as A Sign of Affection. The spine for this is so pretty. I love the pastel colors. Oh, we have Okaremashite Seishun. I'm gonna be collecting everything for this. I have the first 3 volumes that I'll be showing to you in a bit. Oh my goodness, no! I hate how his face is cut off in the middle. This art is beautiful! Wow. So I'm actually not caught up, so I'm just gonna be skimming through it. Itsumi is looking as beautiful as ever though. This is actually something I've been wanting to read because I saw it on Twitter. I believe it's a one-shot. It's just so cute. I don't know what the panda is there for, but it's so cute. So I will definitely be reading this because I love the art. Oh, and we have Choking on Love. If anyone cares about bonuses, I would recommend Hanato Yume. And since we had A Sign of Affection on the cover for that magazine, I'm going to open my A Sign of Affection manga. So my story behind A Sign of Affection is that I read it years ago before the anime came out, and I kind of just stopped reading it. The anime came out, I watched the anime, and then I just never got back to reading the manga. But you know, I figured with news of it maybe finishing up soon that I should try catching up and reading it again, so I just bought from volumes 1, 2, 3. I feel like everyone already knows what A Sign of Affection is at this point, but I'll briefly go over it still. Our main girl is deaf, and she goes to college and meets this really social, handsome, tall male lead who is intrigued by her and wants to, you know, be a part of her world, to put it simply. And I don't think it's a groundbreaking series by any means, but it has its cute moments, you know. And I think the whole sign language scenes are very interesting, like how the author presents them. The sleeves for these are very pretty. They're kind of transparent. Also, I don't know what it is about me, but I prefer black-haired characters, so I have severe second lead syndrome when it comes to a sign of affection because I love Oshi. And then I completely forgot that Itsuomi also dyes his hair black at some point. Maybe it'll be fine. So next I have a series called Okuremashite Seishun, and I have read the first volume of this on Bookwalker. It was very cute. I enjoyed it. It's a very simple shoujo, and there's only 5 volumes and it's completed, so I figured it would be an easy series to collect. I know there are some people who take off the sleeves and some people who leave them on. I've just been leaving them on because I don't have too many manga right now. But if it's like this, where some of them have it and some of them don't, it might be better to take them off for consistency, but not sure yet. The story of Okuremashite Seishun is that our main girl didn't have any time in high school to do regular schmegular high school activities because she was too busy studying, so she's never had a boyfriend either. And so her goal in college is to get a boyfriend. And I forgot what prompted it, but she decides that she wants to have a day to herself where she could be a high schooler again. So she wears her high school uniform, goes out during Halloween, and ends up meeting a boy who's also in a high school uniform. And she decides to ask him out on a date. Like, hey, do you want to hang out just for today? And they're both lying to each other. He thinks she's in high school and she thinks he's in high school. So a little bit of a red flag there, but we're gonna overlook it for the sake of shoujo manga. And it turns out they're both university students anyway. They end up going on these dates so they can both live their high school memories that they could never make when they were in high school, because he also had no time to date apparently. He was too busy playing basketball. So yeah, it's very simple, very straightforward, very cute. Next, I have another dessert manga. This is Uruashi no Yoi no Tsuki, or In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. I don't know the English name. I haven't watched the episode of the anime yet because I want to read the manga first. So I've only read volume 1 of this so far, so to briefly talk about the story, we have our main girl who is kind of mistaken for a boy most of the time because of her short cut hair and her kind of stoic charisma. And our male lead takes a liking to her. He also thinks she's a boy at first, a very beautiful boy. But, you know, he finds out she's not, and, well, he starts liking her and chasing after her. I kind of don't remember the rest. but you know, they're both very gorgeous, so it's very enjoyable to read. Oh, we have Tsubaki Cho Lonely Planet at the end. I forgot if they were the same author. I think they might be. I don't want to spoil myself, so flip. Okay. And last but not least, we have our one-offs, which means I only bought one volume this time around. So this is volume 1 of Fall in Love, You False Angels, and this is volume 1 of Ume no Hito ni Deau Hanashi, or How I Met My Soulmate. I read half of volume 1 on Bookwalker, and this series is just beautiful in general, so I figured collecting it would be fun. And I also know there is a black hair male character in the series eventually, so I'm excited to meet him. Based off what I read so far, I couldn't explain the plot very well, but basically our main lead is this super pretty girl at school, and our male lead is also this really good looking dude at school, but they both kind of have off personalities, which they end up revealing to each other, and they kind of keep that secret. I'm just realizing I suck at explaining manga, especially shoujo manga. This is a series I am obsessed over. I only read volume 1 and I couldn't find volume 2 on the Korean site that I purchased manga from, so I had to buy it off of Mercari Japan. And if there's one series that I have to pick that I'm dying to read, it would be this one. I really want to know what happens next. Not because the plot is so crazy or anything like that, I just really like the setup that they have. So to talk briefly about it, which I think I've already talked about in a different video, but our main girl wants to find her soulmate. So she goes to the club to try to meet some guys. She meets a dude who doesn't seem the nicest at first, but he says he will help her find her soulmate. So they end up meeting pretty often to try to coordinate how he can help her. And you know, they end up falling for each other. So yeah, typical story, but oh my goodness. And last but not least, manga called Hoteri Hotette First Kiss, and it's by Uzuki Koko sensei, who did Fall in Love, You False Angels. And I saw many reviews that this one shot was super cute, so I wanted to pick it up. And it's also very pretty. So yeah, I don't know what the plot of this is, but I just know it's a compilation of cute stories. I can definitely see the art style similarity to Fall in Love, You False Angels with the hair. So here we have the magazines. Yes, to finish up the video, that was 20 volumes of manga and 3 issues of magazines that I unboxed today. I apologize for my poor explanations. So I think moving forward, I will probably do smaller hauls and less talking. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. Thank you for watching.